once again to Norristown Area High School, and NASDT presents boys basketball. The Eagles are hosting William Tennent, the Panthers from Warminster. And tonight we've got a tough game. Norristown actually is coming off a couple big victories. They had a blowout against Downingtown. They had a narrow escape up in Doylestown against Central Bucks West. This William Tennent team is a team to be reckoned with. They're 3-1 so far this year. Neil, why don't you bring us up to date on who the starters are and what's going on with Norristown?
All right, for Norristown, Maurice Allen, Marcus Green, Andy James, TJ Tolson, and Brad Weldon will be the starters. We have a couple players not in uniform tonight. Ed Moore has run into some academic problems. Ryan Shockley was late to school, and the rule is that he cannot play in the game tonight without principal permission, and he didn't get the right papers, so he won't be playing tonight. And there's some other players that have some academic problems. Unfortunately, Norristown falls into the problem because Norristown standards are a lot tougher than other schools in the state. But that's the way it is, and Coach McGee has to play with the players that he has.
That's absolutely true. William Tennent comes in here. They're 3-1, as I said. They came off a victory, or I'm sorry, a narrow loss in the gym at Abington. This is a team that brings a lot of depth into the gym with them. Norristown, a team with a lot of depth also. However, they're hurt, obviously, by the loss of some of the players for this evening's game.
That's right. DJ Johnson is their big go-to guy for William Tennent. Coach McGee says he's the man to watch. He was a high point getter for Player of the Year last year, so we're looking for good things from DJ Johnson.
He is number 11, in case you're watching at home. Also for Norristown, who do you look to have a big performance tonight with the absence of some of the other players?
I think everyone has to step up and take some responsibility, but I look for a good game from Marcus Green, our court general.
Okay, we will rejoin you with the opening tap. As we get set for the opening tap, once again, NASDT presents boys basketball. The Norristown Eagles hosting the Panthers of William Tennent. Earlier in the evening, the JVs won handily 62-23, a sign of things to come. However, if you look across this Norristown starting roster, they've got 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore that are starting. William Tennent has 4 seniors and 1 junior, so obviously a lot more experience on the side of William Tennent this evening.
All right, but I wouldn't take anything away from the Eagles either. You have someone like Marcus Green, Andy James, Tolson, and Weldon. They all have experience in varsity action, so even though they're not seniors, they do have a lot of experience on the floor.
Well, we're experiencing a delay in the opening tap. One of the referees at the scoring table. Another interesting point to look out for. William Tennent has a little bit more size this evening in the absence of Ed Moore. Tennent has 2 guys 6'3" or better. The tallest man out on the court for Norristown this evening is going to be 6'2". Off the opening tap, Norristown gets control of the ball. I'm sorry, William Tennent gets control. Norristown opens up in a full court zone pressure defense. I think we'll see that a whole lot. Tennent using the middle of the court to break it.
I'm looking at 2 really quick teams on the floor right now. I thought Norristown was quick, but it looks like William Tennent's got some real quick players. DJ Johnson, Adam Shearer, they're all moving around pretty quickly, and that number 25, Curtis Taylor, he's moving too.
Shearer works the ball inside to number 30, that's Jason Strait, who looks for a lane. He gets it, goes by his man. The basket is no good, however. TJ Tolson with the rebound. Down low to Weldon. Back up top, jump shot is a little bit long. That was Marquez Green. Tennent brings it down. There's 7:10 to go in the first quarter.
It's obvious that both teams are matched up evenly as far as quickness. Both teams get back on defense in rather good form.
DJ Johnson throwing the pass away. Norristown quickly gets the ball down the court, number 41. Brad Weldon with the first bucket of the evening. Norristown immediately back into the pressure defense. Tennent's done a good job both times handling it to get the ball past midcourt.
Sloppy play there by William Tennent.
Norristown quickly gets the ball back down court. Foul is drawn by Maurice Allen. He'll go to the line. He's shooting 2. 6:40 to go, opening quarter. So far, Norristown in a full court sprint each time they have the ball. William Tennent's doing a decent job trying to get themselves into the offense.
Looks like some real running gun basketball. Everybody's running up and down the court real quick, and it doesn't seem like they're waiting to set up a play. It looks like they're looking for that first open shot and they take it. And sometimes that's good and sometimes it's bad. Off the start, I guess it's good because you want to get some points on the board, but down the line, it's going to start hurting if you're just going to run and gun the whole time. One shot and out.
The first shot is good. That's Maurice Allen. Both these teams do have pretty good depth, though. So if they're going to be running, they do have some fresh legs that they'll be able to put back on the court.
Yeah, talking to Coach McGee before the game, he said their strength is our strength, and I believe Norristown's strength is the depth off the bench. They have some really good players coming off the bench, and it goes about 3 or 4 or 5 deep.
Allen does a good job on the line. He makes both of his foul shots. Tennent breaks the press. They look back door. Tom Fenton with the attempted pass as Brad Weldon down in the Norristown end goes right to the basket. Strong again for Norristown. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
Beautiful pass by Marcus Green. A no-look pass to his left side where he looked like he was either going to take the shot himself or go to the right, and it really threw the Panthers off.
Well, Tom Fenton is key in the zone press break for William Tennent, and he's had a couple errant passes. That one was just a little bit ambitious, and it bounces off the backboard, enabling Norristown to start their fast break. Number 12, Ted Bezel checks in for William Tennent, the first substitution of the evening. He comes in for Adam Shear. Shear is a 5'10 senior guard. Bezel is a 5'10 junior guard. There's 6:18 to go.
Weldon makes his first shot, and so far the free throws for the Eagles doing pretty well.
Well, with the amount of times that it looked like these guys get themselves shots near the basket, they had better be good foul shooters because they can certainly make up a lot of points that way. Norristown once again in the zone press. Tennent going long.
Doesn't look like the Panthers have that hard of a time breaking the press. It's just getting the ball under the basket and making the shots now.
Nice look down there, DJ Johnson.
Traveling called against the Panthers.
Well, DJ Johnson had Curtis Taylor underneath. It was a nice connection, but they couldn't make good on it. It remains 5-0. There's 6:01 left to go in the first quarter. Marcus Green brings the ball up. Norristown contend in what looks like a 1-2-2 or maybe a 3-2 with the extended guard handling the point. And this is the first time Norristown has had to run a set offense. All their points tonight are off the break. From the corner, a little bit strong, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Curtis Taylor for Tennent. Into the hands of DJ Johnson to bring it up against the pressure of Maurice Allen. Foul on the floor against Andy James. He is one of the 2 seniors on the court right now for Norristown. They're going to look for him to step up his game in the absence of some of the missing bodies.
That's right. Andy has a lot of experience in varsity play. He got a lot of time last year, and he has a lot of ability. Just needs to focus his energies.
Nice job there by TJ Tolson with the hustle. Picks up the loose ball up to Weldon, who takes it strong. Weldon's got his 5th bucket, or 5th point of the evening. 7-1 Norristown, 5 minutes to go. Norristown pressures Tennent into another turnover. The Panthers are struggling against this defense.
Of course, this game is nothing like the Downingtown game where we beat them by 63 points, but we're jumping out into the same kind of style or same fashion that we did against Downingtown. Get that big lead in the beginning and hold on. I didn't get to see the game against CB West, but it looks like we snuck one out against them.
Marcus into the middle, no good. Rebound picked up. TJ Tolson did a nice job clearing the boards. Excellent hustle down at the defensive end of the court by Maurice Allen.
Maurice, go ahead.
Tennent will inbound the ball underneath their own basket.
I was going to say Maurice Allen is a 5'11 junior, and talking to Coach Dean Behrens, he says he's a bright spot on the lineup for the Eagles.
Jason Strait was open on the inbounds. Tennent's having a problem with their trying to convert on some field goals tonight. They are scoreless, and there's 4.5 minutes left to go in the first. Tennent gets set to bring in Jason Brown off the bench. Allen and Green working it back and forth. Green with a three-point attempt is no good. Tennent kicks the ball out long to DJ Johnson. Tries to create a shot for himself. Nice little move. First points on the evening for Tennent. Makes the score 7-2. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Green worked the ball inside. Shot's a little bit off by TJ Tolson. Tennent turns the ball over. Adam Shear finds himself with his foot on the line as he tries to save that.
How many turnovers would you say William Tennent has so far, John?
5 or 6?
Oh, it's unbelievable. They've been turning the ball over every time they touch it, and the Eagles haven't actually been taking advantage of every situation, but they've been taking care of enough of them.
Salim Campbell checks in for Norristown. Andy James gets a breather. Cross-court pass. Nice job by Campbell. The shot is too hard off the glass, but he keeps the ball alive. Some good quick hands down there, and it's settled by Maurice Allen. Green is working against senior guard Adam Shear for Tennent. Green tries to find Tolson in the middle, intercepted by Tennent, but then kept alive. Good job by Maurice Allen. We've got a push foul on Norristown. I think it was number 15, Maurice Allen. Nope.
That's going to be a Weldon.
Norristown's second foul of the evening.
That was an ugly possession for the Eagles. They had 3 guys underneath the basket, and they couldn't put the basket in, and they get a foul as well. It just doesn't seem like Norristown's running any type of play when they get the ball. It's just shoot the ball around the perimeter and look for the open shot. And they didn't find a shot that last time down.
Tennent running the inbound. Shear working against Green, trying to come off the pick of Fenton. The man-to-man defense is pretty tight. Johnson throwing up some junk after he gets fouled. It's called on the floor. Johnson's a little upset because of the push. Josiah Perry checks in as Weldon goes to take a seat. Josiah Perry, 6'4", much needed height on the floor right now for Norristown off the inbound. Johnson against Green, who's a sophomore. The ball is picked off. Good job on defense by Perry coming in off the bench.
I believe this is Josiah's first game back after an injury that he sustained during the football season.
Tennent with one of the few turnovers they've been able to manage against the Norristown defense, but they hand it right back. Maurice Allen is all alone. He puts it down with a big-time jam. The crowd's going crazy. I think Tennent wants to call time.
Nope. The referee just wanted to get the ball back.
9-2. What a great-looking dunk. That's not even 6 foot of a human being coming in there for that tomahawk.
He got up there. You could tell he was going for it too. You could see it in his eyes. You could see it in the way he was moving. He was going for it all.
Tennent trying to silence the crowd. They work the ball up the court quickly in fine fashion, but Jason Strait couldn't keep his mitts on it. Goes out of bounds. 2:25 left to go in the first. 9-2. The crowd has awoken. Fenton trying to work inside. They get the ball back into Strait. Makes good on his attempt. That's Tennant's 4th point. That's Jason Strait. 6'4" senior.
A lot of people think it's easy to dunk, John, but not only do you have to get up 10 feet, but you have to get the ball over the rim, which is another foot. So it's really like an 11-foot rim. And Maurice Allen really showed us how to do it there.
Kid's got some great hops. He's a junior. Josiah Perry at the line. Coach McGee in a conference. Looks like they're going to have to pull Campbell off the court for an unspecified reason right now, and Andy James gets a chance to come back in the game. 2:08 to go in the first quarter.
Andy James visited the athletic trainer Dennis Flynn for an unknown reason, and now he's back in the game. That's why Salim has to sit down. Andy James is back in the game. Salim didn't look like he wanted to leave the game. Looked like he was having fun out there.
Well, Norristown has had great success from the line. Perry hits his first of 2. Second one rims out, leaving the score at 10-4, 2 minutes left to go, first quarter action. Johnson working against Allen. Penetrates a little bit, creates a shot. 3-point shot attempt is no good. Rebound by Tolson. Green with a nice crossover move, works the ball in. Out to the corner, James up for 3. A little strong. Rebound by Jason Straight. Shears got his hands full with Green in his hip pocket. Forces the shot off. Gets a foul called. Green's not quite sure why.
Well, he's always going to say, it's not me, it's not me. It's the common plight or plea of any basketball or football player who's called for pass interference or a foul. It's not me. Well, who was it? The referee didn't see it or didn't imagine it, and obviously there was a foul there, but Marcus said no way.
Foul shot is good. Shears first points. Substitution for Norristown. Weldon's in, Tolson is out. Tennent has cut the lead in half. And now it's 10-6. Good job off the inbound by Tennent.
That's right, they're a quick team. They're not gonna let Norristown run all over them. I'm surprised Norristown only has a 4-point lead here. Tennent's playing sloppy ball, and Norristown's not capitalizing on it.
Tennent trying to use a full court pressure of their own. Penetration inside. Perry goes up. It's a little long. That was a nice job by Maurice Allen to get on the ball down low. Foul on the floor. Andy James, 0-0. The revolving door continues. James goes to sit down, and Joe Roscoe is a senior.
I don't know, John. I'm going to have to talk to Dean Barons at halftime. It almost looked like Andy James knew as soon as he had that foul he was going to the bench. There must be some kind of team policy if you have your second foul or you get a foul called that you're going to the bench. That I guess they have enough depth that they can go to the bench that way.
That's some great defense. Perry did a great job picking that ball out. Roscoe coming in cold off the bench, couldn't get a handle on that ball. Fenton, they kick it out to Johnson. No good. Nice job off the rebound. Curtis Taylor for Tennent. They are really struggling.
I think both teams are struggling.
Norristown gains possession. It's kind of a frantic game out there right now. 10-6, 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Tennent pretty much has controlled the action. I'm sorry, Norristown's pretty much controlled the action. Nice job there by Green. Gets the ball up to Weldon, who couldn't finish. Roscoe off the strip, pushes it up to Green, and he gets picked. A lot of back and forth, and then he gets picked.
Yeah, it's like a tennis match. I think I'm going to get stiff-necked.
It's a tough game to call. Maurice Allen gets his hand in the mix. Roscoe will inbound for the Eagles. Pushes the ball in. Perry is fouled. Number 50, Tom Fenton, junior center, or junior forward, Fenton.
That's Fenton's second foul. And we're only in the first quarter.
He's kind of a big fella. He has a hard time getting out of the way, I think. He probably is in foul trouble a lot. Green setting up a play.
Going for the last shot, looking at the clock, also listening to Coach McGee. And Coach McGee will at one point say go, and they'll go for that last shot. Just about 10 seconds now. That's when they go.
This play will utilize the speed of Green. They work the middle. Roscoe gets the three-point attempt off. Rims out. Great rebound by Perry. Pushes it back up. No good. Back up Weldon. The ball is blocked. Shot is blocked at the end, and the first quarter will end 10-6 in favor of Norristown. Well, Norristown's had a good opportunity for second, third, and fourth shots, and they're having a hard time pushing the ball in the bucket, Neil.
There's an instance where there was 10 seconds left to go. They brought the ball inside. 3 shots at the basket, you can't put it in. And one of them was a block shot by William Tennent. if that's the thing, if that's a little bit of a hint of what's going to come later in this game, Norristown's in trouble. A lot of people were saying this should be an easy win for them, and I don't know. At 10-6 at the end of the first quarter, I'm not really that impressed by the Norristown squad. Maybe they are missing some of the players that aren't in, like Shockley and Moore, but we hope that the Eagles can get it together in the second quarter. Marcus Green I thought he was going to be an important person in this game, and yes, he has been on the speed factor, but he's taken 2 shots from the outside that were way off. They're both three-point attempts. I think Marcus needs to be a little more patient with those shots and with his shot selection.